Hey guys, it's Novell J. Lee, and we're continuing our coverage of the 39th Annual Santa Barbara International Film Festival here at the BUZZCast on Buzzworthy Radio. I got to sit and speak with Matt Ogens and Kachi Benson about the film Madu, and this documentary follows a young boy after a viral video of him was shown to many people around the world of him ballet dancing. And this there were certain parts in this film when I watched it, it really did resonate with me, especially with in being in a world of acceptance, trying to be accepted for something that may not be well received by others, especially in a specific culture, in a specific area where you're growing up. And the way that Matt and Kachi were able to portray this story in this film was absolutely mesmerizing for the mere fact that we were able to feel exactly what this young boy was feeling. His name is Anthony Madu, and it was the opening night premiere at SBIFF on Wednesday, and we got to talk to Matt and Kachi about this film. It was absolutely fantastic, and I hope you guys will feel the same. So here it is, our interview with Matt Ogens and Kachi Benson. Take a listen. It's not just premiering tomorrow. The film that we're talking about is a documentary called Madu, and it's premiering on opening night at the Santa Barbara International Film Festival. I'm joined by Matt Ogens and Kachi Benson. Pleasure to have you here. I did watch this, and I just want to say there were at times I really resonated with Anthony in this film because um, for those that don't know this backstory, it was a viral video. It was 44 seconds, I believe, and it just of him dancing that went around the world and touched people's hearts. And you got to chronicle his journey. And there was one point in that film where I literally felt I completely understand this boy, and that was when I just saw him outside crying and just feeling a place of belonging. I felt that was the most pivotal, if not important, point in the film for me. So the fact that you were able to capture that, and I was able to feel for him in that moment, that was huge for me. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for providing that.
Thank you.
What was it like? And either one of you can take this question. What was it like to take this project on and chronicle this journey for him?
Um, you know, you mentioned the viral video, which is interesting because we actually found that video before it went viral. Uh, One of our producers, Jamie Patrickoff, who I've worked with on and off for years, texted me the video, and at the time, I'm saying like 5 days, maybe a week before it went viral. It didn't even have a name. It didn't say Anthony. It didn't say Lagos. It didn't say Nigeria. And I kind of went down the internet rabbit hole and found Anthony, and not knowing the backstory, it was like something in his body language, something in his face. I come from a place of curiosity. I just wanted to know more. And then once I connected with him, I just wanted to tell a story. And then felt it was important for this to collaborate because it's so much of this is a Nigerian story,
Yeah,
and collaborate with another filmmaker, and was lucky enough and fortunate enough to find Kachi and see his work and speak to him. And I'll let Kachi jump in about what connected him to it, but we just felt together we could tell a beautiful story about acceptance and belonging, because isn't that what this is really about? Uh,
absolutely.
Chasing your dreams, trying to find acceptance and belonging.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the resonance that you say you felt when you saw the film is something that I felt when I spoke with him the first time, Anthony, and he shared his dream and his passion to be a ballet dancer. Just to give you some context here, ballet is not something that a young boy tries to pursue in Nigeria, in Lagos, right? Especially if you're the son of, from a poor family and a poor neighborhood. You're expected to go out there and hustle and bring bread to the table, not dancing around. And to see this kid you know, in spite of being teased and bullied and jeered at, you know, by people in his community and his peers, you know, focusing doggedly on that, that really resonated a lot with me. And I just found myself inspired by this kid. Obviously, you know, there's a reflection in terms of like my own personal story as a doc filmmaker out of Lagos, you know, saying I want to pick up a camera and just document people, and everyone's like, are you crazy? What does that even mean? And so I, you know, there's a lot of like I could reference a lot from his story. And that really was what drew me to this. And you know, when you know, Matt didn't have to say it twice, you know, it was one conversation with Matt, one conversation with Anthony. I'm like, yeah, let's make this, man. Let's do this. And yeah, that's how it got me.
It was the same for me. Like I only had one conversation with Kachi and said, this is my partner. This is my guy. This is who I want to collaborate with. I didn't have to go any further than that one conversation. Hearing, like what Kachi said, hearing Kachi's story kind of complemented or mirrored Anthony's story in a way. And I felt that.
That's honestly, that is amazing. That's amazing to hear, especially for you two having that collaboration and just hearing about how it resonated with you when you talked with Anthony, being able to film that and then just watching it. For me, at least in my opinion, especially when I was watching it, and I was just like, if I'm watching it through the screen and I'm feeling this way, I can't even imagine what it was like just being there in the moment and watching that as well, because it was just so intense. But it was intense in a way where it was just, I understand you, I feel you, and I know what you're going through because I've been there. I think that
Yeah,
was great. I
I
thought
can't
that
tell
was
you
very
how many
nice.
times Kachi and I, because this is a real-time docu-follow, right? It's not archival or
Right.
historical. How many times we didn't know what was going to happen next a lot of the times, you know, certainly not what someone's going to say or how they're going to feel. But there's so many times Kachi and I are sitting by the monitor or by the camera and just turn to each other like, oh my God, you know, because we're feeling it too, just as an audience member,
Mhm.
in real time.
yeah. I think that, you know, Anthony's pursuit of a sense of belonging, his pursuit of his dreams, and his sort of like dogged determination to overcome the challenges in his way, you know, is something that we all resonated with. It's our personal stories,
Yeah.
right? You know, we all want that place where we feel a sense of belonging, you know, where we feel accepted and understood, right? And so in a lot of ways, I think that on a subconscious level, it's like you're telling your own story, even though
Yeah.
it's like, you know, through someone else's, right? You know, like, so it just comes to you very naturally. You're not detached from the story. You know, it's your story as well as the story of this person, you know, that has opened his heart to allow you in and document. So I think that's what really made this special.
Yeah.
Uh, Anthony went from just this young kid that, you know, this character to, what do you say, Matt? A friend, like a buddy,
Yeah. I
you know,
mean,
like by the
we're
end of
very
the film.
protective of him. Uh, very
That's
protective.
good.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
something Kachi's brought up before, like when we first started interviewing him, you know, he was a shy little boy, you know. I think he was 11, 12 years old. Um, you know, he couldn't, not that he couldn't, he didn't put, you know, full sentences together. He's not used to the camera or being
Sure.
interviewed. By
yeah,
the end, you know, he was very emotive and, you know, we watched him grow. I mean, emotionally, verbally, but physically, I mean, I think he's like 5'9" now. um, you know, in every way, just watched him grow. And we grew as people along with him, you know, it's like, yeah, he's a kid, but we learned from him.
Absolutely. I'm so proud that you not only get to tell this story, but it actually is premiering tomorrow night for opening night of SBIFF. What was that? reaction for you guys when you were told that not only was it going to be in the festival, but it's actually going to be the opening night premiere?
I mean,
You know what, Matt?
Go,
Sorry,
Josh.
sorry. You know what? First of all, I thought, okay, yeah, it's gonna be at, SBIFF. No, that's great. It's gonna be at the festival, fantastic. And then I saw the dates. I'm like, 7th. Okay, but that's the opening night. Did you put 2 films on opening night or 3 films? Maybe it's gonna be the second film or the third film. And I hear that's the only film. That's the opening
That's the
film. Like,
only
okay,
one.
wow, okay. I don't know, but that's great news. But it was really like very surprising and surreal. But I think humbling as well to see how this film has been received by the curators at the festival, and how they perceive it, right, as a piece of art in its own right. And that's what we set out to do. We didn't want to just, this was designed to be a beautiful emotional story,
Yeah.
right? And seeing that translate into what it is now, and the acceptance and recognition that it has gotten, is really very humbling for us. Especially for me, I said that before, with Matt, that coming from Nigeria, where doc filmmaking isn't really a thing.
Yeah.
Making docs isn't glamorous, and being able to take a story like this out of Nigeria to the world stage, and on a platform like SBIFF, I think it sends a very strong signal back home, to other young filmmakers that, what, just like the story says, chase your dreams. It's possible.
It also
Yeah.
furthers like that they chose a documentary for the opening night. Shows how far the art of documentary filmmaking has come. And then at the end of the day, documentary narrative, it's all about storytelling, it's all about making people feel something. And I think it's really special that they and humbling, like Kachi said, that they chose a documentary to open the whole festival.
Yeah. Documentaries is my wheelhouse. So immediately when I got the chance to review and watch this movie and speak with you guys, I was already quick with the finger because I love documentaries. I love being able to see how the story is told and how it unfolds throughout. And as we've said numerous times in this conversation, we're kind of living we're kind of living the story with them, if not through them. And that was one of the things I felt while watching this film. I'm very excited for both of you for this to premiere tomorrow for opening night. And it also will then, after this, after the festival, it's then going to start streaming on Disney Plus on March 29th, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Exciting.
I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to the response for this for tomorrow. I'm really hoping everybody gets to check this out. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I was very proud to been able to not only watch it but get to talk to both of you. And I thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to speak with me about it. This was absolutely incredible. So thank you so
It's an honor to talk to you. I mean, I think we both really appreciate it.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you so much.
Matt Kachi. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys check it out tomorrow. If you are in the area, please go to the Santa Barbara. What theater is it playing at tomorrow?
I believe it's the Arlington Theater.
So it is going to be at the Arlington Theater tomorrow. Okay.
And then it
Wasn't
plays
sure if it was going to be at
Friday.
Metro or anywhere else, but okay.
And then Friday it plays again at 11:40 a.m. on Friday, the 9th.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Matt Kachi. Really appreciate you taking time out to talk to me. It was amazing.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Yes. Bye.
Many thanks to Matt Ogens and Kachi Benson for stopping by the BUZZCast to talk about Madu. Now, if you weren't in the area and were not able to check out the premiere of this documentary, it's actually going to start streaming on Disney Plus on March 29th, so you'll have a chance to see it there. But that's going to do it for us here at the BUZZCast here at Buzzworthy Radio. I'm the Belgian Lee, making sure you keep getting the latest buzz by going to our website at buzzworthyradiocast.com. You can follow us on X at Buzzworthy Radio, liking us on our Facebook page, and you can download our podcast on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and now on Amazon Music. We'll see you guys next time. Take care.